run there on first down, going to get him 5 up to the 30. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Lowry. He finds his man. Complete. That's Bailey. And some room to work. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there on the catch and run. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Now Reddick. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Well, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath. Maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
2nd and 10. Reddick sets to pass it. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means you're off.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, New Orleans. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting...
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. From the gun, Lowry, and that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, as we get ready for 3rd down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench in what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on 2nd down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the 1st down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36, and his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week, and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Here's Reddick to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Saints on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Lowry. He finds his man. Complete. It's Bailey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. His 2nd catch. This one not quite as dynamic as his first. And it's 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Lowry. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route. And what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Bailey. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage. And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play, and that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good. Under pressure, and down he goes. They sack him back at the 36. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. So third down now. They need the 27-yard line for a first. Back to throw. Lowry. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up fourth down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On fourth down, Lowry. That's to his running back, complete. Room here to run. And he will be out of bounds here on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He finds his man, complete. It's Bailey. Touchdown! A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season. And Washington now an extra point away from tying this thing up. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offense's sails, because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll drop to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. 5 yards, not enough, and it'll be fourth down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. This is fielded at the 7, and he'll be out of bounds right at about the 10-yard line. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Washington offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
A good gain on first, has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. From the gun, they'll try to run it, and they're able to bring him down at the 20.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Hands it off out of the gun. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Weaver. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw. Lowry. And he's got his target, Harris. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle. It's made at the Saints' 41-yard line.
A gain of 19 yards. And the Washington first down.
Back to throw. Lowry. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Harris. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Moss out of the backfield. That catch good for only a couple.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 37-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Here's Moss with a catch out of the backfield.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will make his way back to where he started from, and that's all, as we will make our way to the 2-minute warning. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Lowry. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, is starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year. And Washington has retaken the lead. CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point, because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now back to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by Patrick Queen. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
On 1st and 10, Lowry. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Lowry. And he's taken down here by the Saints. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Throwing on 3rd and long. Lowry over the middle, complete. It's Harris. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30. Now a timeout called with 3 seconds to go. And, of course, they're in field goal range in the final seconds of this first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, partner, I do know this. If you're a defensive back, you have more chances to make a team now than ever because people are using 5 defensive backs, 6 defensive back packages. Not exclusively, but way more than before. That was a nickel package there, and what a pickoff.
Why is that? Why are they using that more?
Because more people are throwing the ball on earlier downs than ever before. This has become a passing league, and because of that, more defensive backs on the field on most plays.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that will tie our game here in the third. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
They'll keep it on the ground. Borden, and he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. On third down, Borden, and he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On play action, they'll throw. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon. And it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Borden. And still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings it to 3rd down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible. So I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he trapped,
he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. So it was a drive that had... Real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Off-play action. Lowry. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd. From the gun, Lowry. He finds his man, complete. It's Moss. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 42.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
To throw on 2nd down, Lowry.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. He's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, Lowry. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he stopped up short of the 1st as they tackle him down at about the 36. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards, but instead, offense out there. They're going for it. Back to throw. Lowry. Harris has it over the middle. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st.
We always hear about guys wanting to make plays that quiet a crowd.
Yeah.
After that one.
Here in the 3rd quarter, they were hoping to get the stop, get the football back. Not the case.
What a completion on a 4th down play.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lowry, throw left side, complete to Moss. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line.
Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot? And
touchdown, Washington.
A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And Washington has taken the lead. And now remember, all touchdowns are reviewed. And in a tight game like this, they're going to take a good long look at it. So take away the touchdown. The officials rule he did not get the football to break the plane.
The carry here for the big tight end. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And Washington has taken the lead.
They'll look to throw. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they go with a pass there on the two-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their two-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have two-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far.
Picked off at the 23. He had his eyes on the end zone. He got close. At least he set the offense up nicely, but he's probably mad he didn't take that one to pay dirt.
I agree with you, and you know he's going to get teased because he didn't get it all the way into the end zone. But if they don't score now, if they don't get a touchdown, he won't just get teased. They'll be glaring at him. How'd you not score?
They go play action here on first down. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. That'll go as a loss of 9, and it leads to third down. Off the play fake. Lowry. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. Third and long, why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and that leads to a play action.
And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
A great effort there. His second touchdown on the season.
And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Looking to throw.
Lowry. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Right back to him on 1st down. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
43 yards rushing for him now to this point. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, Borden. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back.
And he's going to be stopped close to the 1st down marker at Washington's 12-yard line.
It's 42. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on 3rd and just a yard. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and run for it. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. At first glance, I wasn't sure he got it. Then I saw that spot. Definitely a 1st down.
It was, but boy, on the other side, you disputed a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more, and take the decision out of the hands of the officials.
Oh, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
That catch good for only a couple.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Back to throw again. Hard throw, incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll try and run for it. And this winds up a disaster, nowhere near the marker. They had to go for it with such little time remaining.
And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
7 yards there on the 1st down screen play.
So a victory here for the Washington football team.
And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter, Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Washington,